everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do an episode of I Saw It on Pinterest. And the pen I have picked today is by Jeanette Wyatt Schilling. And it is from 2011. And she made these cute little pockets. I guess they're pockets made out of little scrap material, different kinds of scrap materials. So I'm going to make a version of these that I can use in my journal that I'm working on, which you saw yesterday me make the cover for in the No Digitals Allowed. And for those of you that didn't watch that video, this is how it turned out. This was made out of a cold sack, a brown paper bag, basically. It's a thicker paper bag. But you get them at the grocery store to bring home your cold items, so that they won't get too hot on the ride home, like ice cream and stuff like that. And so they're thicker. It's like an 8-pound brown paper sack. So I made this cover using Tim Holtz map tissue paper, and then on the inside is a vintage map. And so I am going to make these little tags to use in this journal. So obviously I'm going to adapt mine from the kind of butterfly images that she's used. And we're going to go more of a travel kind of thing with ours, or mine, or ours. I can call them ours, right? You're working with me, so they're ours. So I'm going to move my iPad over to the side so I have some room to work, and I'll show you what I'm going to be working with. This is Tim Holtz tissue paper that you could purchase at one time that was just plain. It didn't have anything on it. It just comes on a roll like this, and it comes in a box rather than the tubes like his tissue paper does now. I got this a couple years ago, and when I bought it from Tuesday Morning. So I do not think this is available anymore, but any white tissue paper will do. I just grabbed this because it's easy to work with and it stamps really well. So, and then I took some random stamps. I've got this one with polka dots and this one with the kind of grid, and then like a splatter stamp. And all three of these are Tim Holtz stamps. And I just kind of, use my jet black archival ink and just, stamp some patterns on that tissue paper so I could tear pieces off. And then I have some tickets that I use the Tim Holtz ticket stamps on. Let me see if I can see what the name of it is. It is called Ticket Booth. And it's CMS 337. And I just used some colored cardstock that I had and stamped various tickets. And then I had these little Tim Holtz stamps that I stamped on a punched out circle with just black ink. And this is cardstock. It's a little bit thicker. So I just picked kind of 3 transportation kind of items. So that's that part. And then she used, it looked like some paper from like a daily bullet journal, you know, with the squares with the dots inside. And then she put a piece of corrugated cardboard behind it. Well, the corrugated cardboard is not really going to fit in my journal. So I'm going to use this as the base for my pocket, which are just gridded index cards. They're the regular index card size, I believe, but let me measure one. Yeah, they're 3 by 5 regular index cards. So that's going to be my base. And I've got 3 of those. I'm going to try to get 3 of these done. We'll see. And then out of my maps, I tore out a couple of the legends from the map. And also the, you know, the part of the map that shows you, this is from like a street map. And it shows you, I guess it's like an index, you could call it. But, you know, you look up the street and then it tells you the location on the map to look for the street. So that's going to be my wording. So, and then I thought maybe I'd use these are Tim Holtz as well. And they're the labels that look like you did them with your Dymo, like an old-timey Dymo. And so I pulled those out thinking we might use some of those. So that's all my supplies. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my bases ready by inking those up. And I'm going to use gathered twigs. And there it is. I started to say, where's my dauber? And I'm just going to go around the edges. And I'm going to leave a lot of this that is white, because we're going to have a lot of other stuff going on. And I want to keep these fairly neutral in color so that I can use them, you know, wherever, on whichever map page that I decide to use them on. And I won't be stuck to a certain color. And I'm going to ink around these things while we're at it. Again, I'm leaving them mostly white. I'm just going to ink around the edges, just so they'll stand out a little bit when we start layering. And while I ink, I will ask you guys how you're doing. I hope everyone is doing wonderful and has had a good week. And I do want to get a colored pencil out. I like to color in that little 3.5 and that 1. Just because I think it makes the ticket stand out. And I think I'll do it in maybe a blue. Since we have blue on our little index card. It's really the only color we have going on. Normally I do it in red. I'm going to make these look a little bit more distressed, just so they don't look new. I need a new foam on my little thing there. Oh, you know what I should have done is, do I want a, no, I don't think I want a notch. I think I want it to look more rustic. I might go back and put a decal edge on that. Let me see if I can find a pencil real quick. See what this color looks like. It may be too blue. Ooh, that's kind of bright. But this paper is not, so this might work. This is just a colored pencil. Nothing special about it. You could probably also do this with a oxide ink and a brush if you don't have any pencils or acrylic paint or a marker or, you know, whatever you want. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to give it a little bit of color. Okay. You can tell I have two different colors, two different kinds of paper. This one is more like a construction paper almost. It's a lot thinner. I'm gonna rough that up just a little bit. And then this one is more like a linen cardstock. It's got like, you know, a linen surface to it, and it's thicker. And you could do these whatever color you want. You could also, if you wanted to, take a white. This one I'm going to, sorry, complete your thought. You could take a white cardstock and put oxide on it and make them whatever color you want. I like to poke a couple of holes in there so it looks like the ticket's been used a couple of times. Sometimes it's hard with this little punch to figure out exactly where you're punching, but I don't guess it matters that much. And then I feel like I got that too dark, so I'm going to take my little eraser and kind of erase it a little bit and fade it out. That's better. I mean, after all, if they're carrying these things around for days in their pockets, wallets, they're going to get kind of messed up, don't you think? And I did 4, and I don't need 4, but I'll use them at some point. I think I'm going to take like one of those corners off. Okay, so there's that. And my little round thingies. Do I have everything inked? I think so. Oh, I was going to use the decal trimmer on these, on the top edge. And you could tear it if you didn't want to. If you wanted something less precise than the decal trimmer. Sorry, I know this thing is noisy. And I'm just cutting it along that kind of first line just so I can have a reference to something that's semi-straight. Now let's re-ink those. That way we have not such a straight edge. And I think I want one more layer of paper as well. Do I? All right, so I'm gonna rip this. I'm debating the one more layer of paper thing, but I need to tear off my tissue first before I decide that. So I'm gonna tear this in strips. That didn't tear anywhere near where I had the ruler. That's okay. I'll keep these little strips. They'll be good for something. Alright, so if this is my pocket, yeah, I think I want something a little bit more solid for one more strip. So let's see what I got down here. Alright, so I got this and that. And then I want a piece of my map. To go across there. Move this down a little bit. Actually, I may want this behind here. And then that, and then this. And then one of the tickets, and then one of the vehicles. That's kind of cute. Alright, so let's do this one like that. So I can tear this off. Actually, you can't tear it that way too well. There we go. Alright, so we're going to put this on. Let me use glue stick. Okay, and then I'm going to tear this a little narrower and ink it. And then put my little map legend on here. Make sure I don't do it upside down, which I about did. Move that over and up. Okay, and then we're going to put our ticket. And our little motorbike. Alright, now let's get one of those stickers, maybe. Adventure Awaits, I think will work. If I can get it off. And then I feel like I want some kind of stamp right there. Maybe a number or something. But let's do the other two and then we'll do all our stamping together. So for the next one, let's do the little grids. No, we don't want the grid on the grid. So for this one, let's start with blank paper. This is like the inside, like when you open a book and the blank page, couple pages that's on the inside. The front. Now, put some of the tissue paper. Okay, and for this one, let's use that other legend here. And maybe use one of these other tickets. And we'll just trim it off. Or wrap it around. We could just wrap it around, it would be fine. Because it is going to be a pocket, so it won't matter. And then let's use the Route 66 on this one. And let's see if we can find another sticker. We've got Wonder. Shall we do Wonder? All right, and for the last one, we have kind of the splatter thing going on. So we'll put the paper down. And some plain paper. It's kind of a weird tear. Ink, little bit of the ink blob on there. That's okay. And maybe we will use the index again. We could use the map. Let's use the map on this one. And we'll use the other blue, the other tag that has the blue on it. This one. Nope, I don't want it on that side because then my carb will cover up the 3.5. I don't want that. Okay, and then we'll put the car on. Maybe for this one we'll use a stamp instead of the sticker. Well, if it will stick. Hopefully I can get that to stick long enough to stamp it. I don't know if it's going to just stick long enough for me to flip you upside down here. Sorry, I'm going to move it a little bit closer to me so I can get it semi-straight. There we go. All right. Now for this one, because I did the splatters, I want to do a couple of splatters on that. On here. All right, now we need to decide if we're going to do any more stamping. Move everything on the little scrappy bits out of the way. All right, so this is what we have for our pockets. And I feel like because we have the really dark black here and the dark black here, we need something here to kind of finish out, you know, our kind of triangle shape, and plus bring in another dark element. So I'm thinking maybe just something with a number that has black in it would be okay. Same with this one and with that one. Although the splatters on that help a lot. So, I'm going to grab, what am I going to grab? I've got some big numbers. I don't want to put another number on this one because I want the 66 on there. But we could do bigger numbers on that one. So, let's do 6, 7, and 8. On that one. And 8, 9, and 0 on this one. Okay, so there's those. And on this one, what can we do? Maybe we will do what? No. Let's see. Oh, I've got one that says, no, that is, I started to say I have this one, but that's going to run into those words. I almost need a shape. Pointy finger. I feel like that's too big. That's going to take away from my focal point there. I think I just need like a circle or something. Just not seeing it, guys. Just not seeing it that close. But yet so far. What's this one? No. This won't work. Yeah, I think that'll work. This is like a paid stamp, and I was trying to ink it with my stamp block. That's not going to work, is it? And I feel like on this one there needs to be something there as well. Now that up there, could be a small number. So let's do this one. Are we done? I think so. I don't know that I'm happy with these. I feel like that they're, I mean, I like it on this one, but I do not like it on this one at all. And I'm sure I can't get it off now. Okay, okay, that worked. I'm all right. Yeah. And I'll just save it and glue it back on to something else. But what other kind of, I have point voyage, but that's more like for a boat. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna put one on that. I think I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Because I really don't like how dark that looked on there. Not that I won't find something down the road to put on there, but I think for now, maybe I'll do a signature. Or no, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it for now. I would rather leave it and fix it later. I'm gonna take this one off too. I know you guys think I'm crazy, and I probably am. But yeah, I'm just not. Sometimes when you do something, you just don't like it. And you have to do something else. I'm really happy without putting anything on there, and so it may just stay like it is. All right, I'm going to leave it at that for now, guys. So there are my 3 makes for this week. And there are the inspirational pins. Whoops. And this is on Flickr. Let's see if I can make it bigger. So those are the originals, and then here are mine. So you can see I took, you know, the kind of basic concept and just kind of adapted them to the journal that I'm going to be working on. So I hope that gives you some ideas of how you can take something that you see on Pinterest and make it your own. You don't necessarily have to copy it exactly to come up with something that you guys can use in your own journals. So I hope you like that, and I will see you guys back tomorrow for the hashtag Cookie Stack Challenge 4. Until then, everybody have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.